Okay, hello, good morning, bowlers, and welcome to the squad room for the RTR Bowling Report. This is a brand new show featured on the RTR Bowling YouTube channel. We want to say thank you and good morning to our 6 subscribers. Thank you very much for joining us and for supporting us. You are the reason we do what we do. Today's show is a matter of serious business, but we are going to pinch a few pieces of parody and humor in there, like we normally do. We're going to cover for you the RIUSBC Association Championship Tournament, as well as the third quarter Rhode Island player rankings for this season, so stick around. Okay, first we're going to pay some bills. Today's show is being sponsored by High Grade Fertilizer. Our poop is the... Okay, now for your winners of the 62nd Annual RIUSBC Association Championship Tournament. It was held at Old Mountain Lanes a couple of weekends ago. The all-event scratch winner was Aaron Major, who bowled a ridiculous 23-45, including an 801 in doubles. Scratch doubles went to Ryan Carradillo and Nick Kortakowski with a 15-20 for the Alley Cats guys. Great bowling by them. The team scratch title went to Aaron Major, his brother Stephen Major, Chris Page, and Randy Hagamoser. They bowled 29-43 for their win. And in the singles, the amazing timeless Robert Toth, 776 to take home the scratch singles title. He adds another title to a truckload of bowling achievements amassed during his career here in Rhode Island. Good for him. Congratulations to all our winners for the scratch titles in the Oceans for the Rhode Island USBC Association Tournament. There is some footage from the RIUSBC Association Tournament held at Old Mountain Lanes. Okay, now for our Rhode Island player rankings. Our Rhode Island bowling player rankings are managed by the Rhode Island Bowler Player Rankings Commission, and they come out quarterly, and they release them on Facebook and on YouTube. This is the third quarter rankings. They come out in November, February, May, and August. So this is our third quarter rankings of the year. In August, we'll release our end of year final player rankings for the state, and that will be included and awarded at the Rhode Island Awards Banquet. Alright, so we're going to start with a couple of guys who fall just outside the top 25. We'll start first with Chris Page, who was ranked already in the first 2 quarters this year, falls out this quarter. He did not bowl well enough to secure points in the Rhode Island state games or in the Rhode Island trios, and for that reason, some guys have passed him, and he drops to 28, just outside the top 25. Page did win an association team title at the association event at Old Mountain Lanes, so he will likely be moving back in the top 25 for the final end of the year rankings. 500 points for winning the team championship with Randy and the 2 Major brothers. So likely you'll see Chris Page's name back in the top 25 for the next quarter. Next would be similar fate for Tim Martin. Tim Martin was a top 10 bowler at the end of the year last year. Has not had a great stretch of bowling. I think even he would say that. Tim now will be 27th after a bit of a rough stretch, but he did bowl well at the association event, so maybe Tim will be turning around and getting back to the top 25. He does bowl most of the events, so we'd expect to see his name back up there. Ray Snow, 26, just misses the top 25. He had a good round invitational event, but he did not bowl a number of the other events and does not bowl regularly on the NEBA circuit. So Ray will be 26 and just outside top 25. Okay, now for your top 25, I'm going to put the picture of the top 25 rankings up here as well, and we'll go piece by piece, put each section up. And we'll start from the bottom and we'll work our way to the top of the rankings, okay? So finishing 21 through 25 are the following bowlers: Greg Green, Paul Pusatiri, Justin Veal, Brian Opie, and Kenny Baker are your 21 through 25 bowlers. Green had a great RIUSBC event and is likely to be on the rise for the next quarter as well. Paul Pusatiri won 2 medals at the Rhode Island State Games, at the RTR State Games, to help him get into the top 25, I believe, for the first time. So good for him. Congratulations. On to our top 16 through 20 bowlers. This is positions 16 through 20. We start with Jamison Matthew, Ryan Kiradillo, Tyler Hearn, Tommy Kuhlman, and Quadaris Rembert. Hearn and Kiradillo captured NEBA titles trios with Joey Transu. That catapulted them up the rankings, so good for them. Great bowling. Quadaris has not bowled a number of events this year, but when he has bowled well. So he hangs on to the 16 through 20 grouping. Now on to 11 through 15. 11 through 15 is Tim Healy, Randy Hagemoser, Jim Savasta, Donnie Corno, Rich Getz. Donnie Corno won the Rhode Island Trios event. That helped him get in the top 25. Donnie has not bowled a lot of events, but he has bowled some more this year, and that win at the Rhode Island Trios certainly helped him move up. He also bowled the Rhode Island Team Challenge, the RTR Team Challenge in the East Province. That helped as well get some points for him. Savasta had a good showing in trios, the Border Classic and the Rhode Island Invitational this year. So very consistent bowling by Jimmy Savasta, as usual, has helped get him up to the 11 through 15 group. Now, finishing 6 through 10, this is Mark Gonzalez, Colby Hagemoser, John Van Hees. Last year's bowler of the year was John Van Hees, Kyle Wilkes, and Bill Tessio. That's your 6 through 10 group. Gonzalez wins the Warrior Classic. He also won 2 medals at the RTR State Games. Colby Hagemoser, who has been up there for most of the year last year and this year now. Colby wins the single sweeper event at the Rhode Island Trios event. That was worth 250 points. So it's a tier 3 event. He wins that. That helps him move up to the 6 through 10 grouping. And now your 1 through 5. These are bowlers 5 through 1 in order. These are your top 5. In 5th, Joey Transu. 4th, Tim Gagne. 3rd, Dan Vincent. Robert Toth is number 2 again, and Jalen Scott Jones is number 1 again. Those 5 bowlers are your top 5. Jalen Scott Jones is now his 3rd straight quarter, I believe, as the number 1 bowler in the state. Jalen and Robert remain 1 and 2, but the gap has really shrunk a lot. So Toth is having a great year, obviously. He wins the association singles. That will move him up some more, obviously, close that gap even more. So I'm sure that his points will help him for the association event get to a little closer, maybe even past Scott Jones here in the final quarter. Dan Vincent, he won the state games, teams, and singles. Plus he won at the Rhode Island Trios event. And Transu adds 2 NEBA titles to be the biggest mover this year. I think he was plus 21, I think, to go from 26 to 25. So yeah, 21 spots. He moves up. As we'll do that with 2 NEBA titles in 1 quarter. So those are your top 5 and your top 25 bowlers here in Rhode Island for the Rhode Island Bowling Player Rankings Quarter 3 rankings. Okay, these are the official Rhode Island Bowling Player Rankings of the 22-23 third quarter rankings. Remember, these rankings are intended to rank the best performances of the year, and they are not intended to rank the best bowlers. The Rhode Island Bowling Player Rankings Commission would like you to remember that these are the bowlers having the best year, not necessarily the best bowlers. So because the bowler is not in the top 25, does not mean he's not as good as the bowlers in the top 25. It just means they have not bowled the events and acquired the points necessary to be in the top 25. Now the next rankings will be appearing in August, and those will be the year-end rankings. Those rankings will also name the bowler of the year. Last year was run by John Van Hees. So this year, the rankings in August, about August 15th, usually is when we do them, and then we'll have them released, and those bowlers will receive an award at the Rhode Island Bowling Hall of Fame dinner. Okay, that's the plan. So Rhode Island Bowling Player Rankings, end of year rankings, August 15th or thereabouts. Okay. And those final rankings of the year in August will also include the RIUSBC Association Tournament, which was already held last weekend, but because it ran up against the deadline, the results were not available and ready for this ranking. So they will go into next quarter's ranking. So those bowlers who won and did well at Rhode Island USBC event, or as well as the bowlers who do well at nationals, they will also receive points for those in the fourth quarter, and that will affect the fourth quarter and final rankings for August 15th or thereabouts. That event also, or that ranking also, will name our Rhode Island Bowling Player of the Year, and that bowler will receive the award at the Rhode Island Bowling Association Hall of Fame banquet. Okay, so that will do it for our show. I want to say thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, the subscribe thingamajiggy, and maybe even do that bell thing, that notification bell thing that does something, I'm not sure. So do all that stuff if you're interested. RTR Bowling on YouTube does do like bowling coverage, tournament coverage. We do some news stuff. We do mostly entertainment stuff. There's even some do-it-yourself help kind of things on the channel. So if you're interested in that, please check out the channel. Go watch those videos. I do want to say before we go, congratulations to all the bowlers who either won an event at the RIUSBC event or who are ranked in the top 25. Good for you. Congratulations. Hopefully we'll see you again in August. I want to thank our sponsors as well, Bowlify, Custom Pro Fit, and Lang Bowlorama. Thank you very much for supporting the show and for sponsoring us and paying the bills so that we can have a show. So going not live, thank you very much for joining us from the RTR studios. Good luck, good bowling, and please score well.